Hey guys, Harry here, and today I'm coming at you with a different sort of video of something I'm thinking of bringing onto this channel, because at the moment I'm very much just doing the odd episode review. At the moment the only show I'm really reviewing is Fate Stay Night. I haven't really done any full show reviews since the first one that I did, and I haven't really been reading any books. What I have been doing with my free time, as you may notice by the title, I've been reading a lot of visual novels. Now, I haven't read like a plethora of novels. There are so many out there, even if you're looking at just the ones that have been translated into English by fans as well as companies. There is a wide range out there already to dive into. And me personally, I was one of the people that got into visual novels through the medium of Katawa Shoujo, which was a big free release a couple years ago now, I think it was. But I only finally got around to reading it. It must have been, what, about a year and a half ago now, and that was very much my gateway into this genre of reading, because this channel started out as me reviewing books, and then it slowly moved over to I was reading a lot more manga, so I started doing manga and anime stuff. I still read the odd original novel and stuff like that, but there hasn't been one that's enticed me that I want to do a review on it, whereas at the moment, obviously Fate Stay Night is like super big and I'm super enjoying it, so that's why I've been reviewing that. But as well as that, at the moment, the thing that's captivating me the most is reading visual novels. Now, as I said, I got into it with Katawa Shoujo. After that, I started reading Fate Stay Night. I read the first route, and then I realised that the anime for the second route, Unlimited Blade Works, was coming out, so I put that on hold. At that time, that's when I started researching visual novels and how many there are out there, and there are so many great visual novels out there. Like, just going on to Reddit and going r/visual novels, you'll come across like so many. I'll put a link down below of a recommendation chart if you're thinking about getting into this. But me wholeheartedly getting into this through Katawa Shoujo, and since Katawa Shoujo is free, I would recommend you go read this, because if it wasn't for that game, I don't think I would have enjoyed this medium so much, because it very much gives you a basis of what a visual novel is, which is basically an interactive novel which you read. It has cues where you have choices in certain parts of the novel which take you down different routes, so therefore the story branches. It's very much like, I'm not sure, depending on how old you are, if you ever read like adventure books where you'd read it, you'd come to a choice in the book, and then it would give you an option of choices. Depending on those choices, it would then give you a page number to go through, and then you could skip through the book. It was a bit like an old school RPG sort of thing, and that's probably the element I enjoy most about visual novels. As well as that, the thing that I feel is slightly lacking from reading a novel is you don't really have any visual cues. It's all up to your mind, and some people enjoy that. I personally like having the ability to like see the world in my own mind, because if it's well written, the book that is, then obviously those cues are going to be there and you're going to be able to picture the world perfectly, but you can't get the same aspect of actually seeing the people in the story and interacting with them and having the story like pop up in front of you and seeing these people and have like their different facial expressions. On top of that, music cues are just amazing. Like, you get to like certain points in these visual novels and then the music just kicks in, and it's so like emotional or like super intense. If you've got a fight scene, it's just really amazing. So to just give you a couple lowdowns on some of the visual novels that I've read, I have read The Fate Route and Fate Stay Night. I've read Grisaya no Kijitsu, I think is how you pronounce it, which is the first Grisaya one, which I do plan on doing a discussion video at some point about visual novels being free to play, not free to play, being all age and then 18 plus. Big topic to me, because I feel like what Sekai Project, which is this company which is bringing over and translating a lot of visual novels at the moment, what they're doing is amazing. The thing that I like most about them is they are trying to bring in the 18 plus version as well, because with some of these games there is, I should say, an 18 plus aspect to it. There is like sexual relations and stuff like that in these stories, and because of that, some of these routes almost depend on these interactions. Some of them, the interaction is very much just there to sell the game, but for some of them there is like rape scenes and stuff like that, which is very impactful on the story. So therefore, if you take that out and don't add anything to the game to replace it, that route is very much broken. And I'm not sure how the all-age version of Grisaya is going to happen, because I know in one of the main girl's roots. There is like a sort of accident that happens. There is a sexual relation between a pupil and a teacher, which is very impactful to the story. And since I know there's a series and there's 2 other visual novels after this one, I'm assuming if that story carries on through it, if that like scene doesn't happen, it's going to impact what happens further down the line. So it's sort of like a domino effect. If you take something out early, it sort of destroys the story later. So I'm not sure how they're going to do that. Since I've already read the 18+ version, I will be reading the all-age version of that route just so I can pair it. But I will do a completely separate video talking about my opinions on the fact that when you bring over a novel, does it need those 18+ scenes? Should it have them in there? Personally, to give you like a quick lowdown, if it's impactful to the story, 18+ content should stay in the game, I personally believe. But if it doesn't add anything to the story, you don't really need it, because it is just a novel. Like, you don't need sex scenes to like push a relationship forward. That's just like my little lowdown on there. So Fate Stay Night, Fate Route, Grisaya, Devil on G-string, so what was that? Shoujo no Mao, something like that. Wisher Ponning Shooting Star, Kasawa Shoujo. I'm currently reading through If My Heart Had Wings, reading that for on Steam. I have got the 18+ on that one. I will end up doing a review on that, I think, depending on how this video does and such, and if I actually feel like I can add something like productive because of reviewing it, if you know what I mean. What else did I read? Neko Para, that was funny. That's a funny one. That's one which is very much there. I can't remember the correct term. It's like Nuki or something, which is, it's very much a novel for the sexual aspect of it. As well as that, I've read Sayano Uta, because, you know, Gen Urobuchi is like a god and he wrote that, so I sort of had to read that. That shit was pro. That was a really good series. As you can see, just listing that off, I haven't read that many visual novels, and there are so many out there, like, been kickstarting a bunch of them, because Sekai Project is really big into that when they were coming out. So I've got Grisaya's, I've got Clanad, there was another one I did the other day, which is being developed in America. So like, if you follow this sort of things, there's so much to look into, because it's not just big name companies like in America and in the West that are finally bringing them over and translating them. There is communities online which will fan translate them for you, and you can find them like online if you go onto Reddit or through a novel. I'll put some links down in the comments, but in the description below, of different sites so you can go and check out. But the main thing that I use is just r/visual novels on Reddit. You can get so much information on there. Everyone's really helpful. You can just message people and they'll reply back to you really quick. So other than that, just my little lowdown in my world of visual novels at the moment. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested in visual novels, if you've read any really good ones. I'll also link my VN database, so it's a visual novel database which has every VN ever on there. You can make an account on there and like basically rate it, a bit like Mal, my anime list, and basically just rate the visual novels that you're reading, the ones you want to read, so stuff, you know, the basic stuff that you do on like database websites. So I'll link that down below so you can actually see the novels that I've read and my ratings for them. Feel free to send me a friend request or any of that, or just comment me in the comments below on things you think I should read. If you want any recommendations, there will be that chart down below, so just check out the description if you're interested. I've been Harry, be sure to like, comment, subscribe and all that great stuff. And if you're really interested in visual novels, please give this video a like, because I would like to do more videos on this discussing like my opinions on the games and stuff, and I would like to do reviews on them. It just depends. I'm looking at getting more things on here, because obviously at the moment I'm only really reviewing Fate Stay Night. But anyway guys, I've been Harry and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.